Greetings, this is Frank McDonald, Instruction Officer for Secondary Science, but today I am creating a video to help show you how to convert a multiple choice question in Eduforia to a new STAAR test item. So with the STAAR redesign upon us, we are having to convert questions or having to include questions that are part of the new STAAR test items. Now, the banks haven't been caught up yet, so there aren't a lot of options for these new STAAR test items available in Eduforia. So that means that we have to take questions and convert them from what is in the bank to a new style of question. So here I have my test set up. This is a practice test. This is my converting multiple choice questions to new STAAR test items test. And I do have an item bank. So I'm going to start with the item bank. And I do have several areas of study, and I'm going to start with fourth grade social studies. I know that this bank in particular is lacking in questions. So I'm going to pick a TEAC 410A, and I'm going to filter my questions before I do anything else. So I'm going to look for English questions. That kind of filters down the process. Right off the bat, I think I found one. So right here it says select the best 2 correct answers. So we have right here a multi-select question. So if I'm making a 4 weeks test or a 3 weeks test, I'm looking for 4 or 3 2-point questions. In this case, this would be one of them. So I'm going to include that. I'm going to add that to my test. But I want to find some other questions that I can use. So let's see, what questions could easily be converted? No, that's not helping me. We do have a short constructed response here. This is on a scale of 0 to 3. We would have to change this to 0 to 2. You know, I'm gonna throw that in. So potential another 2-point question for us there. Another constructed response. Let's see how that goes. But this is an example. Here you have a multiple choice question, and there's 2 answer slots within the question. So in each multiple choice option, you have 2 answer choices. So right off the top of my head, I'm thinking this can easily be converted into a drag and drop or potentially into an inline choice, but I think I would use this for a drag and drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this question here, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it into a document. And let me show you a Word document that I have here on the side. So I'll show you. Boop. Copied it and pasted it there. There we go. I'm going to put this aside. Let's see if I can find a couple other questions. Here, when I see a table like this, it tells me, ooh, potentially this is something. So in this case, it's asking, gives you 4 events, and it's asking you to put them in order. So this is saying to me, this is a potential drag and drop as well. So I'm going to copy that and paste it over here. Here's another and. The option choices have and in them. This can lend itself well to a multi-select type question or an inline choice, a drag and drop as well. Let's see if we got any others. Ooh, here's another and. Well, I think I like this one. Yeah, this is screaming inline choice to me. So I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna set it aside. So now I have 2 questions here are already in the bank, and then I have 3 multiple choice questions that are ready to be converted. So I'm gonna add these 2 questions to my test. Hey, there we go. So I have here, this is one multi-select. This is a constructed response, but I have to alter it a little bit. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna change it to 0 to 2, and I'm gonna put it teacher graded. And now here's the rubric. I'd have to change the rubric to ensure that it's covering everything we need to cover. So I'm going to update this. All right. But let's take a look at the questions that I copied. So the first question we're going to look at is this one. No. In the Texas Free Enterprise system, blank sells goods and services to blank. So I want to say the answer choice is producers sell goods and services to consumers. So this is going to be my answer choice. And this is just so I don't forget. I'm going to put a green B right here. So this is going to be our answer choice. So I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to hit the plus sign here, and I'm going to create an interactive item type. I think drag and drop is going to work well for this. So when you create a drag and drop, here's the first step. Construct your question, highlight text, and use the add place response tool to create a drag target. Then click continue to manage your answer choices. So here's where I'm going to start my question. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go back to my Word document over here, and I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to use Control V, which is, you can't right click and paste into Eduphoria, so you have to use Control V to paste it in. But I can't use these blanks here, so I have to add a placeholder response. So I'm going to click in a placeholder response there. So I clicked right here, but this line has got to go. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to add another. I'm going to move my cursor here. I'm going to add one more place holder response there, and I'll delete this line. And now we're ready to set up our answer choices here. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on continue, and now I need answer choices. So I can click on my first answer choice, and this is going to go in here, and we said that the answer is in a free enterprise system. I'm going to delete that. Producers sell goods and services. So I'm going to click on the second one, and you can see this is the selected target. So the selected answer choice, selected target for the drag and drop, and sells goods and services to consumers. So there you go. At the most basic level, this is a question that we could use, but you probably want to add another couple answer choices. So I'm going to add another answer choice, and we can see that these have already been earmarked for the two answers. So these are not answer. These are incorrect answer choices. So I am going to go back to my Word document, and I'm going to say, what other words can I put in there? So maybe I'm going to put governments. I'll put governments. Governments, because that answer choice seems very way off. And then I'm going to put I'm going to put merchants. Let's see if that's a good question. So I'm going to add another one. Merchants. Not just disclaimer, I'm not a social studies expert, so I don't know if merchants is too close to consumers. You would make that call. So I think even with your three answer choices between producers, consumers, and governments, that could be a good question. So once I have it, I can check again. This answer choice will go here, and this answer choice will go here. So we are now set. I do want to shuffle my answer choices before I go. I'll shuffle them a couple times. And we're good to go. So I'm going to hit create. And now I've converted my multiple choice question successfully to a drag and drop question. Let's try another one. This time I'm going to do an inline choice. Here's my inline choice. I'll click here, and the question that I wanted to use for the inline choice, I think this one right here. In the 19th century, the Texas cattle industry increased profits because of the growing popularity of beef around the United States. This is an example of copy. And I'm going to put my question here. Remember, Control V. And here I'm going to need placeholders. So I'm going to put this, and then I'm going to put and put this. So let me see what our answer choices are here. Okay, so I think the answer choices are going to be, again, supply and demand. But we have options here. So what we're going to need in an inline choice, we're going to need the correct answer response, but we're going to need some other responses for them to pick from as well. So I'm going to put this to the side for a second. We have our placeholders. And I'm going to click on continue. So I'm going to look for the correct answer. And this answer is going to be supply. And this is going to be my correct answer choice. And I click on the circle, and you can see it's now added it here. But I'm going to click onto the second placeholder, and I'm going to put in my answer choice, demand. But we don't want this to be too easy, so we are going to give other options. So I like the boom, and let me go over here, and we'll put bust. Let's give 3 answer choices. I'm going to go back over here. Here was the other checks. This is good social studies terms. And balances. Oops. Make sure you spell it right. Bam. Alright, so now we have our choices. I'm going to create the question. I want to check my answer choices again. This is the supply and demand. Those are the ones we want. And I'm going to create the question. And now we've taken our multiple choice question and we've turned it into a inline choice for testing. We also want to check it. Let's see if we can click on the I, and we can check on see how it's going to present itself to the kids. So here, this is an example of supply and demand. Bang. Let's take a look at our other questions. So here is in the Texas Free Enterprise System. Producers sell to consumers? Bang. That's another question. We have our constructed response. One thing that we need to change is, this is probably not a great question because it's asking to start planning a movie by making 3 drawings. So this is bad. We're not going to use that one. I'm going to go in here and should read the question before I do it. I'm going to take that one out. And then let's check what this one looks like. Here we have our multi-select. Bang, bang. Perfect. So that is how you would go about converting multiple choice questions into new STAAR test items. Thanks for watching. Wait, that's not it. Stop. Keep on watching this video. Couple things I forgot. One important thing. So I'm going to go back into these questions. I'm going to edit. Here's the big thing. We want to make sure that we're changing it from correct, incorrect to partial credit. So that way the kids will receive partial credit if they answer any of these, give either one of these responses. If it was still set at correct, incorrect, the only way the kids would get full credit is if they had both these correct answers. But we want to set it up so that they get partial credit. So I'm updating this question. Going into this drag and drop. Same thing here. We want to change it to partial credit. Update. And finally, changing from correct, incorrect to partial credit. Now it's set up that the kids will receive partial credit if they get one of the answer choices that we've created. All right, now this video is done. Bye.